Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and oh my god, it has been so long since I last said that, and don't worry, I will make a video addressing where I've been, what I've been up to, and most importantly, what I have been playing instead of Warframe, but we'll save that for a later date. Now, as you guys can probably tell, I did take a little bit of an unannounced hiatus from Warframe. I'm not one of those YouTubers that's gonna make a big dramatic video of why I left Warframe. No, if I don't want to play it and I don't want to cover it, I'm just not going to. We're just gonna keep it that simple. However, Deimos Arcana did drop, I believe it was Thursday, and my life has been very busy. I'm like moving onwards and upwards, and a lot of great things are happening, but you know, it's keeping me on my toes, so I haven't been able to stay on top of all of this. So I figured, because I actually sat down and I was like, alright, let's go ahead and take a look at these patch notes, and I'm like, Rob, why don't you go ahead and read this shit, just in case some people didn't happen to already read it and didn't feel like reading it. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today, and I'm also gonna kind of like be gauging how I feel about all of these things. Also, for anybody who's already jumped in and played all of this, feel free to jump in the comments below and let me know if there are some standout things that I'm just like negatively reacting to and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. Be like, Rob, it's actually not that terrible. Feel free and converse. So let's go ahead and jump into update 29.5. Oh my god, we're almost on update 30. Deimos Arcana, which I'm gonna be honest with you, just this graphic alone kind of looks shitty. Is that rude? I'm just like, ugh. Since the initial Heart of Deimos flop, I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. You've delved into the putrid hills and caverns of the Cambion Drift and found a familiar place with the Entrati. As Deimos continues to fester with the Origin system, its insides twist and turn to expose new growth and life. Wasn't that supposed to be something that we had at launch? But, you know, listen, only several months later. It's 2020, it happens. In this update, Deimos Arcana uproots newly earthed isolation vaults in the underground Cambion Drift, and the new Necromech Bone Widow with sword-wielding weaponry awaits you in these unexplored rancid tunnels. I've already got thoughts about that, but I'll save that as we go a little bit deeper. Prepare your trank rifle and aim strong. The Undoza and Nexifera have been spotted occupying the rotting landscape of the Cambion Drift, and remember to look both ways before crossing the Exocrine. The new Deimos Mitosid can attack at any angle. I don't even know what any of that means, but somehow I'm not at all interested. Arm yourself with a slew of infested weapons, build new infested kit guns, shatter enemies with the Gara Collidia collection, and much more with the Deimos Arcana. Please note, test cluster specific changes are at the very bottom of the notes. I feel really bad because I went back into my account and they did invite me to the test cluster, and I was like, oh, I should have probably jumped into that, and I felt really bad. New Deimos Isolation Vault bounties. The Cambion Drift Underground you've come to recognize swells with new areas to discover. I like the word swell. You probably couldn't tell. Mother has 3 new Isolation Vault bounties to complete. These new Isolation Vault bounties become available after completing the initial Isolation Vault tier, with the respective Mother then offering the new Vault bounty. As you unlock these new Vault bounties, the difficulty will increase to match the prerequisite Isolation Vault, and rewards will differ per bounty. Yes, that's what I'm looking for, a little more difficulty, please. In addition, 4 new Entrati Vault runs await you in Isolation Vault bounties. General Isolation Vault changes. Remove the Vom Fast Cycle reset on the Isolation Vault bounty tiers, which, let's be real, that was never a good idea to begin with. I mean, I get it, they wanted to do like timers and all of that kind of shit, but it really doesn't work. Oftentimes, the Vom Fast Cycle reset during an Isolation Vault bounty was understandably confusing for new players especially, and was reported as more of a bug than a feature, so we've removed this effect on Isolation Vault bounty tiers. Also, with the addition of the new Isolation Vault bounties, the time it may take squad/solo players to complete them all exceeded the Vom Fast cycles. So y'all just did it because the new players complained. At least something got done, let's just say that. Increase the speed of Lloyd Otak in the Isolation Vault. It's the little things. It's the little things. Because this little motherfucker was slow as fuck. I'll just put that out there. Reduced Lloyd Otak's base health by 37 to compensate for the speed increase. Oh, you just rude. You just rude. You couldn't let us have something. The slow speed of Lloyd / Otak was a common feedback addressed, but increasing the speed made their journey too easy as enemies barely put a scratch into them as they attempted to catch up. Alright, fine. Changed Otak and Lloyd's defense HUD marker to the standard yellow version to help differentiate between allies and enemies. Adjusted Lloyd, these are just like barely anything that we really care about. Scintillans have a chance to respawn in Isolation Vault bounties. Okay, great. Esophages in the Isolation Vault bounties now have a press and hold context. Okay, to avoid accidentally interacting. Fantastic. Rebalance enemy Void Rig and upcoming Bone Widow Isolation Vault fights for a more fair experience that embraces the precedent set with the Kuva Liches. Enemy Void Rig and Bone Widow Necromechs now have Lich treatment with vulnerability, so status effects, okay, I see. The status effect things apply, but in like the Lich way. The damage, okay. Additionally, certain damage immunities and diminishing returns for Warframe abilities have been added to balance this out. Got it. Increase the cooldown time when the Void Rig and Bone Widow cast their invulnerability shield in their armless phase. Got it. New Isolation Vault encounters. Deimos delicacies. I'm hungry now. Daughter has tasked you to escort / protect a friendly Poplic Hug Juggernaut, Jesus, that is searching for fungal polyps. But we all know what happens when someone bothers us when we're eating. Okay, that sounds kind of interesting. Infested research. Curious behaviors have been observed in the infested, interacting organic fluids, underground caves, subvert the fluid extraction. It seems like some new kind of mission types, which I will welcome. There is a mysterious mist waiting throughout the area in the cracks of Deimos. The creatures within mad. Negate these effects of the mist with the emitter unit and mist fissures before creature. I like that one. That sounds kind of fun. Let me know down in the comments below if these new missions do seem kind of entertaining, because I was like, some interesting twists. The new Necromech, Bone Widow. So, I've also been watching the dev streams. Just keep that in mind. I've been paying attention to everything in the world of Warframe. I just haven't been interested enough to kind of chime in. But I'm going to read you these abilities. Alright? The new Necromech Bone Widow, fearsome Necromech fashioned in the honor of the Entrati Matriarch, is a robust line fighter favoring armor and health over shield strength. Bone Widow can grab and hurl enemies, deploy a heavy shield for personal defense, and cleave through opposing ranks with a massive war blade. Meat Hook. Skewer and hold the target. Use again to hurl the victim, dragging them and anyone near their impact site. That just sounded like the most gimmicky sack of shit that I've ever seen. I'm sorry. The first time I saw it, I was like, wow, this is dumb. This is like a new level of dumb. And I was watching footage and it looked dumb, but hey, let me know if it's actually offensively feasible. Like, does the damage scale, is it like something worth like looking into for an actual useful ability, or is it just 100% pure gimmick because they couldn't think of a better ability to put there? Shield Maiden, raise Bone Widow's shield to block incoming forward damage. I mean it's just a damage block. So, okay, we've got a damage block. Great. Firing Line, sweep surrounding enemies into the line of fire with a force beam. That is potentially the only ability that I thought was interesting and unique. I was like, ooh. I mean, what you can do is you can Meat Hook, then you can force beam, then you can throw them. I was like, I like that little combo, but And then we have Exalted Iron Bride. Summon a devastating Exalted Blade. How devastating is... Well, you know what? The last ultimate from the previous Necromech was actually... Did a pretty good chunk of damage, so that's great. I'm just curious how much range we actually get on this. Acquire the Bone Widow Blueprint and required parts from Lloyd for Necroloid Standing. Got it. Morga, blast through enemies with a doubled-barreled shotgun. Ooh, this is the weapon. Ooh, I like a little shotgun action. This siphons their life essence, which is then used to generate the secondary fire's massive air burst mortal. Basically, isn't this kind of like, are you getting a little bit of a vibe of the Corinth? Little Corinth? Anyway, let's see. Oh, so it looks like they've kind of changed around some of the Necromech. Oh, these are new Necromech mods. So Necromech Flow, Necromech Efficiency, Necromech Drift, Necromech Friction. Why do I feel like these already exist? But maybe it's because they already exist in the game and DE just didn't want us to use the mods that we currently have in these Necromechs. Instead, they're just going to make us level new mods, right? Fantastic. New Infested Kick Guns. This is actually something that I'm curious about. Heart of Deimos brought forward the weapons vendor of the Entrati, father of whom we mentioned would bring infested kit guns, and here they are. Purchase these parts from father and visit your friendly rude Zood in Fortuna to build. So, you know, father, the gun maker, can't put them together himself because I feel like these were an afterthought, and since they're an afterthought, the only way to put them together is to build them somewhere else. Interesting. Vermi Splicer. Primary long-range proboscis attaches to a target, then splits off to attack 5 more enemies. Secondary. 3 short-range proboscises fiercely latch onto targets and maul them. I'm kind of into that. That sounds different and unique. Spore Lancer launches spore sacks. I like me a good spore sack. That explode. Ooh, exploding sacks. With toxic mists on each bounce, automatic trigger. That sounds fun too. Ooh, it sounds like they're doing some fun stuff. Oh, there's only 2. There's only 2. Okay. Fire spore sacks that rupture into 3 smaller toxic projectiles upon impact. Grips. The secondary grip increases the fire rate while sacrificing little in damage delivery. Ulnaris, the primary grip, increases fire rate while sacrificing little in damage delivery. Loaders. Acroid, small loader that contributes to both critical and status chance. Okay. Macro Acroid, large loader that contributes to both critical and status chance. Thymoid, a higher capacity small loader with slow reload processes. And then Macro Thymoid, massive capacity loader with long cumbersome reload. I like the word cumbersome. I'm glad they used it there, but that's pretty much all I can say about that. New kit gun and Warframe Arcanes. Okay, this makes me excited. Actualize, synergy, synergize. Residual Arcanes and Theorem Arcanes are geared towards synergizing with each other to provide a different method of imposing elemental damage. Discover these new synergized kit guns and Warframe's Arcanes reward from the Isolation Vault bounties. Okay. So we have Residual Veramia on Kit Gun Kill. 20% chance to create a pool of toxic blood for 12 seconds, dealing 40 toxin damage. Standing in the area applies toxin damage to Theorem Arcanes. Interesting. Residual Malador, 20% chance to create a frigid mist. So basically, it's gonna create an elemental kind of pot for you to stand in. 20% chance to volatile hives when approach heat damage. So there's a heat, there's a cold, there's a toxin, and there's a shock one. And then it kind of synergizes with the Theorem ones. Standing in a zone created by Residual Arcane creates a globe that orbits the player every 2 seconds. The globe will strike the nearest enemy within 15 meters, dealing 150 damage, increasing their vulnerability to globes damage by 200% for 6 seconds. Globes will persist for 30 seconds upon leaving the zone, plus 1 arcane revive. This sounds kind of weird and complicated. Weird. Okay. Theorem Demlucent. Standing in a zone created by Residual Arcane increases weapons damage by 12%, stacking up to 15 times. Each effect persists for 20 seconds upon leaving the zone. That one seems kind of less clunky than this one, right? I feel like the Theorem Demlucent sounds a little bit better. Theorem Infection. Standing in a zone created by Residual Arcane energy increases the damage of companions and summoned allies. Ooh, this might be interesting for some Necros players out there. Ooh, or maybe I'm wondering if even Miss Tatiana with some razor wing flies. New Deimos enemy, I really don't care about it. It's the one that splits, but it does have a new mod set, so I'm interested in that. We have Midas and Carapace, 60 armor, 90 health. Ooh, that might play well with some stuff. 90% slash and 60%. Ooh, that might play well as well. Okay, to use the mod set bonus, simply do a neutral aerial melee attack. What does it do? Aerial attacks now execute a spin attack that deals 20% damage, repeating 2 times in succession. Interesting. Okay, this is an interesting one. Yes, I'm into that. New Entrati member offerings. Grandmother has a new Mend the Family option that allows you to provide Deimos resources for tokens of each Entrati member. Oh, interesting. So she'll give you back resources. Here with Grandmother, Mend the Family gives you another option for spare resources, gems, fish parts to put towards tokens outside their usual Entrati member role. For example, use a mix of resources for fish parts for son tokens. Use a mix of gems and resources for daughter tokens. Oh, okay. I mean, let's be real, the whole token system was clunky and shitty. That would have been a part of my original Deimos read. It's an unneeded system that they added in to introduce RNG into your turn-ins. The token system is absolute shite, and anybody who sits there and tries to defend it, aside from mother tokens make sense, but the whole daughter, son, father token, I was like, just bank the resources and turn them in whenever you're ready instead of having to do all this weird jumping through hoops with RNG to turn shit in. It's bullshit and we all know it. Lloyd, or perhaps Otak, are tooting for their own horn with the Lloyd Sentinel skin available for Necroloid standing with Lloyd. This faithful Necroloid has served the Entrati family for centuries. He now stands by ready to offer his service to you. Too bad I don't use companions in any way, shape, or form. Moving along. Lloyd has come into the possession of Aitan Kithka sculpture, struck to commemorate the Entrati's power and prestige, so it's just a ship decoration. I mean, it's kind of pretty. I get one, move on with my life. Moving on. Ooh, wait, is this another one? Sun has new Volpoya and Predicide Precepts mods available for Entrati standing. What is this? Martyr Symbiosis drains and stores 20 health from corpses within 25 meters, up to 20% of their master's health, sacrifices itself to heal their master if they fall below 10% health. I guess, I'm assuming they're sacrificing the orb. Okay. Maggot Summoner. Maggot Summoner in combat. Spit up a maggot every 15 seconds. The maggot latches onto the nearest enemy and provokes other enemies within 40 meters to attack them. Ooh! Okay. That Parasite one. That one's pretty cool. The Martyr Symbiosis one is just weird. Moving on. New Infested K-Drive. Let's just skip the fuck over that one. Deimos quality of life changes tend to have spent a lot of time with the Entrati family and have shared valuable insights on how to improve their systems. You mean people have been giving you feedback on how shitty shit is. Bowman Foss indicators now appear when viewing the map inside the necklace hub. Fine, great. The mining drop rate. So these ones all look like they're just regular things. Let's see. Sun's conservation tasks have been made more rewarding and accessible. Thank God. Higher quality conservation captures will now provide better rewards. You could have done this at the very beginning. Sun's token exchange has been reorganized based on inventory statistics. Got it. Necromex will now increase max level by 2 for each forma applied up to rank 40. This is fucking fantastic because for anybody who put a whole bunch of mods into their first fucking Necromech, they quickly realized you could not fit a whole bunch of max mods in there and just had to leave shit blank. So it's nice to know that, you know, DE got their thinking caps on straight. I mean, even on initial launch it was pretty bad. We've increased the shared affinity in free roam missions. Thank God. If you've already reached rank 30 on your Necromech prior to this update, you will retain full mastery points for it. You are still free to level it to rank 40 to unlock further mod slots. Enabled shield gating for summon Necromechs. You will now experience a vulnerability period when your Necromech shield breaks. Great! Universal medallions can now be traded in the Necrolisk at Grandmother for Entrati standing. Oh, I like that. Now they might be a little bit more useful. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at anything else that might be of any interest. Free roam, affinity shared range. It went from 50 meters to 250 meters. All right. Okay, I'm into that. Here's some fishing and conservation shit that I do not give a crap about. Moving along. Let's see. I'm just keeping an eye on anything that might be of any interest. Don't care about conservation at all. General Deimos changes. Necromech's Bone Wizard had now have built-in vacuum. Fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. Pass. Let's see. This all seems kind of strange. We're just gonna go ahead and move along. Let's cross your fingers if there's anything. Ooh, here's a good shit. New Infested Weapony. Your arsenal is now about to get a whole lot more sticky with a slew of infested weapons. Kabbalist, splatter enemies with short-range streams of corrosive biles. I like short-range streams. Upon reload, toss the ammo bladder as a grenade. The emptier the pistol's ammo bladder, the more potent the damage. So basically, fucking toss that shit when it's empty. Proboscis Ceranos, a version of the Mutilus Ceranos bow. Each arrow spawns a swarm of sticky appendages upon impact. These tongue-like probes latch onto nearby unfortunates and drag them close before bursting into a mess of diseased goo. Acquire the blueprint from the Proboscis Ceranos from the market. Pulmonars. Take hold of a malignant evolution of ancient martial weapon with these infested nunchaku. Pummel and infect these two pulsating hunks of flesh connected by ligaments. Gross, but okay. The Bubonico. That one's a good name. The infested Arcana cannon fires a rapid, toxic fire terror. Wow, Rob cannot read. It's 6:10 in the morning. Listen, I've been up since earlier. Rain down a triple volley of explosive disease bladders from a distance. Then move in for the kill by unloading a multi-shot barrage from the toxic barbs of the primary fire. Interesting. Sporothinix. This long-distance sniper rifle fires a razor-sharp fire. Yo, I asked for this. I asked for this years ago. If I can find it, I will link the video where I said that I wanted an infested sniper rifle and I wanted to shoot fucking bones out of it, and a spine is a bow. A spine is a bone. So we're shooting enemies with bones. Wait. And it erupts! This is exactly what I asked for! Holy shit! The long-distance sniper rifle fires a razor-sharp virus-soaked barb that continues to attack its host before violently erupting in a spore-laden mist. This is what I wanted. DE was like, Rob, where are you? We made you your damn gun. Okay, I got it. Arum spinosa. Slash through enemies with 2 leaves of the exceedingly rare Arum spinosa plant. Heavy attacks whip a flurry of toxic spines at ranged attackers. Ooh, nice. I like that. Cambion Armaments Collection. Got it. Sure. Fantastic. Bought it. Got it. Glaives revisited many of the changes, focuses on enhancing unique gameplay options that Glaives can offer. We'll start with simple throwing mechanics and work our way up. Here's the thing about this, okay? I'm just gonna put it out there. That's great, but you know, where's the rest of the dual wielding? Where's the rapiers? Where's the machetes? I mean, this is kind of one of the reasons why I got super disinterested with Warframe, because legitimately, y'all made a lot of promises and have kept not the greatest track record of them. Just saying. We gotta focus less on fashion and more on gameplay, because y'all just keep pumping out more and more fashion because it makes you money. I get it. Maybe gameplay improvements don't make you money, but it does make you goodwill, and it does make people want to spend money with you. My money, however, is going to Final Fantasy right now. That's where it's at. Anyway, heavy attack, aka glaive detonation, will now do more damage more consistently. Fantastic. Damage numbers have been increased and the area of effect fall-off has been removed, meeting max damage no matter what part of the explosion to the enemy. This should help encourage the use of Glaive's unique detonation functionality, another option to complement swinging and throwing the weapon, allowing for a massive burst of damage when needed. Hold throw mechanics now apply in equipped melee mode. That's one of the things that I wanted to have that as well, because it was really, really weird. I would always feel like I needed to have a single pistol and dual wield the glaive at the same time, because y'all didn't have that shit consistent. But now I'm glad that it's working in there. Okay, glaive throws can now be performed while sliding. We saw that. Thrown melee inputs can be queued up one after another, also known as buffering. This means if you're holding a melee input as the glaive returns in your hand, you will start charging another throw as soon as possible. Totally fine. Glaives can now be thrown multiple times in a single jump. I don't think that I've ever really needed that, but fantastic. I'm glad that it's in there. Melee stance combos are now available in glaive and gun mode. I'm kind of worried because I really love the combos in the glaive and gun mode. I have to admit, I really, really liked it. So I'm almost sad to see that go, and I almost wish that they introduced it as a glaive stance. I'm just putting that out there. Glaive mod power throw has been given respective buffs. Ooh, increased punch through from 0.6 to 2 meters. 2 meter punch through on consecutive throw. 100% throw damage. Added 60% projectile speed. Ooh, nice. Alright, I got it. We now have 2 new mods to help modify your playstyle. Alright, volatile rebound. 100% chance to explode on bounce. Okay. Okay. Let's see, volatile quick return, 100% blast radius. All right, I like that one too. Below are some specific changes per weapon from the above changes. So Serrata added guaranteed toxin proc on heavy attack detonation, nice. Increased critical damage from 2.2 to 2.3 times of throw. Reduced AoE fall off, got it. Valcor added guaranteed electricity proc, reduced AoE fall off. Glaive added guaranteed impact proc. Wait, glaive proc. Oh, they didn't give us a guaranteed slash. I think it is guaranteed though. So maybe that's why they didn't add it in. It's been a while, but I love me the glaive prime. Glaive prime was just primo. Or prime. Halakar added guaranteed impact proc to heavy attack detonation. They should have done added guaranteed disarm. That would have made the Halakar something if they did an added guaranteed disarm instead of impact. Kestrel added guaranteed impact. They're just doing guaranteed. Reduced max self CC from knockdown to stagger. Fantastic. Orvius guaranteed cold proc. Reduced AoE fall off. Quick throws now perform the hover attack. Okay. Added guaranteed viral proc to heavy attack detonation for the path assist. That one's not bad. Oh, but they changed viral, so it's been a while. Added guaranteed electricity proc. Wolf Sledge now uses the glaive hold melee throw mechanics. No air throws this time. Wolf Sledge now explodes on impact when thrown. Okay. Glaive specific display changes removed. Okay, I'm so bored with this. Zaku round 2 changes and fixes. Oh, I feel like that is gonna be its own. Wow, it just goes on. We'll cover Zaku in a different video if I feel like covering them. But I feel like this has gone on more enough, and I'm like, there seems to be a couple things in this update that I'm interested in. A couple of the new mods seem kind of fun. Steel Path. Alright, I watched the dev stream on this one, and I know that they kind of jigged everything so that you would end up getting more Steel Path or Steel whatever. These things are Steel Essences, and I know that we also have the Alkalite mini bosses and that they're going to contain the Steel Path stuff in there, and you're going to have to fight them, yada yada yada. Let's pass through that one, because really, I don't feel like they added anything in there that was worth it. There's just Steel Path Honors will now have a weekly item for you to purchase. There are 8 items in total, meaning that every 8 weeks the store will reset, allow you to purchase new. Look forward to new things like Umbra Forma Blueprint, alright, Shotgun Ribbon mods, and more. So that's fantastic, but also at the same time, like, I want to see what all of the items that they're bringing in are, because a lot of this kind of like 8 items in total, meaning that every 8 weeks the store will reset. So a part of me is like, are these 8 items going to be worth it? Are they going to be stupid ass ship decorations? If they're dumb shit for your ship, or they're just fucking more fashion frame, well, if it's really good fashion frame, fine. But if it's really just like dumb shit, that we're not going to get any kind of use out of, or is not going to feel like it's inducing more progression into the game and driving people to play the steel path because it has worthwhile rewards, then it's not even fucking worth it. You got to put worthwhile rewards within your challenge systems, or nobody's going to take on a challenge, because why take up a challenge if the challenge isn't rewarding? It's simple. It's really, really simple. Now, moving on to the new augments, we have Gauss Mac Rush, Mac Crash. Impact Shockwave leaves behind a vacuum that sucks in enemies within 8 meters. Now, if this is like freaking Dive Bomb Vortex was before, I might be into it. I don't think it's going to be something that I'll take seriously, but I did use Dive Bomb Vortex on Zephyr a lot before, and this might be a different variation of it that I kind of like, and I kind of crash everywhere with Gauss anyway, so why not? Garuda Seeking Talons into blending, or is it bleeding? I'm assuming they mean bleeding talons, not blending talons. Well, I guess you could be a blender too. Tap to perform a 9-meter AoE around Garuda talons. Okay, blending like a blender, I get it. Gain 100% additional combo count chance when hitting targets affected by the bleed status. Interesting. But how many people are using their talons? I wonder if they've upgraded them since I last played. Let me know in the comments, because I'm not going to check it out myself. Revenant Enthrall. This one was supposed to be really good. I'm curious to see if they nerf this one, and I think a lot of people were saying that this is probably going to get nerfed. But gain 25% primary weapon damage for each active thrall. Can't he have like 5 thralls up at once? You see what I mean? I mean, this could be good. Wisp, Breach Surge, Critical Surge, teleporting to a reservoir costs 50% energy and grants 10% critical chance to sniper rifles per meter traveled for 9 seconds. Maximum 350% critical chance. I mean, I'ma just say this. If you're using a sniper and you got yourself some of those, what is it called? The crit mods on there that allow you to do the procking slashing. Just saying, combine that with a couple headshots. I mean, that might be nice. All right. So those ones, I'm excited about a couple one of those. But let's see, Warframe ability changes. Ash Bladestorm applies full number of marks to a target at once instead of needing to waggle mouse. Love it. Energy is consumed once per target marked instead of per mark now. Fantastic. Atlas Bulwark performs AoE slash when damaged by enemies. AoE damage based on the amount of health lost. Chroma Spectral Scream, you can now rotate through that. They've been asking for it for ages. Fantastic, and now our Fashion Frame is free. Increased Spectral Stream damage from 200 to 400 damage per second at max rank. New passive, the Design Council suggested Dragon's Flight, a passive that allows Chroma to perform an additional jump / bullet jump while sprouting his dragon wings to get him that extra aerial dominance. I mean, there could have been other ones, but it could have been worse too. It could have been worse. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot better, but could have also been worse. Kahora, now there's a minimal line of sight check on Whip Claw's radial damage. I wonder how minimal that is. Necro Soul Punch instantly kills targets below 25% health and turns them into an extra clone shadow, or heals existing if at max. Nice! I like that one. Necros' Soul Punch now has a mechanic marked for harvest. Enemies are hit by Soul Punch but don't die, have a duration wherein they'll be eligible to become a shadow if killed while marked. Love it! Love it, love it, love it. Fantastic. Now I wonder if that transfers over if you end up using... Did Soul Punch get the infested thing treatment? The larva. Enemies killed while held have a chance of generating mutation stack for Nidus. Nice. Zephyr. Ooh, you got a whole slew of them, baby. Airburst. Damage increases per target hit. Targets with 30% health become open to Parazon finishers. Airburst now deals 35 additional damage per enemy hit with either projectile or the explosion damage. Airburst now has a 50% chance to deal physical status effect for those hit by a slice of air. It will heavily skew towards slash. Fantastic. Tornado, slightly better at holding up enemies. Tap creates stationary tornadoes. Hold creates Wandering Tornadoes. Fantastic. New Orbiter upgrades. Those dry docks have been put to good use, Tenno. With the Deimos Arcana, the Orbiter has received a bit of a facelift as well as a new fresh sheet of glass. The Mod, Relic, and Umbilical consoles have been given some new animations, a fresh coat of paint, and general appearance improvements. If you own a Railjack, we highly suggest you look up. I will take a look. Please note some of your decorations have me shifted slightly with this layout. Okay. There's the new market items, Gorah Deluxe. There's a lot of people that are very excited about this. I'm not. I'll just put it out there right now. I hate the helmet. I hate the helmet. Everything else looks pretty good on it, though, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Deimos Arcana includes a new deluxe skin for Gorah, as well as a new Cyan, Donna, and Longsword. Bathe your weapons in glass and watch your enemies shatter as you shatter at your style. Includes the Starglaze Shards Auxiliary Augment. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's see. That's just the names of shit. I don't really care to talk about that. Dojo editions, nobody gives a shit. Don't care about any of that. Don't care. Okay. Don't care. Alright, so it's a whole lot of don't care from this point on as far as it seems. I'll go ahead and take a closer look at all of the Zata, what is it called? Zaku, whoever it is, changes. But also let me know down in the comments below if it's made them actually a little bit more playable. Leave your feedback there for me. Also, if you have any questions that you want me to go ahead and answer in the upcoming, in the upcoming video where I go ahead and cover what's been going on with everything, leave those down in the comments below as well. But that about does it for me for now. Deimos Arcana seems like what Deimos should have been when it launched. I know, I guess that's all I can really say. It was like, you guys don't know the level of disappointment that I had when Deimos launched. It was really, really bad. It left a terrible taste in my mouth. And Deimos Arcana, to be honest with you, does not seem like it's impressing me that much. It just seems like what should have been in Deimos in the first place. I don't know. But that does it for me for now. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.